Oh my God, look at me. Woo! Man, my old hair is. Let me see if I can brush my hair. I had a stocking hat on my head, so there you go. Well, I missed the big shows. I missed a couple of good shows, but it was unavoidable. Well, I come back from doing my chores and went back over to Ray Gregory. He had already signed off. Uh, Friday nights are hectic. There we go. Let me fix my seat. Ah, got a wild hair. Look at that. I got some wild hair sticking up there. Wild hair. Probably everybody's going to bed. Friday night? I don't think so. They shouldn't be in bed at 9:30. 9:35. We'll see. Whew, what a day. What a day. Going to do some shopping tomorrow. Let me put the comments. Yeah, the comments is on. We might just stay on here for late tonight. Do a late show. I'm going to do a late show. I'm going to probably need a fortified drink. Let's try water. Oh, that's good. Mm, mm, mm. Let's get some BS started here. Well, I see we have a couple of people in here. Got a big signal. Should be enough of light. Okay, let me post a link over here. Maybe there might be somebody that would like to. Well, they're all gone now, so maybe they'd like to join. Going to be a busy day tomorrow. I'm hoping the weather's going to be good. Well, I guess I could bring up a video. Yeah, let me go find a video. Alrighty, let me see. Videos. I'll find us a good video. Nothing else, I'll burn up some time. Let's do some gun stuff. Let's go down here where the guns are. Well, let me see. Here's a. Oh, that's a good looking gun there. I think all my good gun stuff is on. Nope. I gotta admit, them are some good old days. Let's check this one out.
That's nothing I've ever seen before.
Look at that.
Wow. Now you look at that and you go, You look at that to carry that momentum around.
Yeah. You're gonna need some horsepower. See what's gonna do? He's circling down towards the bottom. This one I'm driving has got everything. It's got all the right stuff on it. Well, he was at the bottom, I think. What? Did he come up out of it? He's having a good time. The long run over there. Chill. Is it all rocks in the bottom?
No. If you do what he did, though, you don't have to go down the face speed.
It's about time now. You got your camera running?
I just turned it off.
Okay.
But you're gonna go for it.
I'm probably going to try the same route he tried there a while ago. Stay up as high as you can go, right?
Yeah. You could always get back out.
Do they have a yellow quad?
Ready to go? Ready to go? That is St. Anthony's in Idaho. You get this thing shut down. Okay, that was St. Anthony's in Idaho. Um, it's really a nice. It's kind of like Glamis over there. It's I think it's cooler because it's up in northern Idaho, north central Idaho, versus down by the Mexican border. Glamis is a place that I'd recommend anybody to go to. But if you're up into the North Country, go to St. Anthony's. We spent a week up there. We rode from there from St. Anthony's, and then we spent a day or two in Yellowstone. We rode and went on the highway and rode all the way to Yellowstone and went into the West Gate by the Grand Tetons and went in. And oh my gosh, what a just really nice. That was a nice ride. That was a 1 week ride. We went up to a place 9,900 feet. I did the video the other day so you can see it, but 9,900 feet. From up there, you can look over and see Montana. And then they looked up a place and said, we're going to go to a bar 100 miles away. Are you up for it? I said, hell yes. So we took off and went to this bar in Montana. Oh my, what a good time we had there. How you doing, Salty? I saw you earlier over, I believe you was on Ray's page, and I did speak to you, but it was really hard to, I didn't, I don't know if I made my presence known, but we did wave at you. Salty, you're more than welcome to come on. There's a link right there, right above your head there. You're more than welcome to come in and join us. I had to do chores, something that we've been putting off doing. And she asked me if I'd help her. And we finally got some spare time where I could do it. We got that done. But we did get to check in on Ray's his show tonight. And we're going to be busy, busy, busy tomorrow. That place there at St. Anthony's, there's just so much to see. There's a lake. Now, we were there in the summer now. It didn't look like much summer there, but there was a lake down there about 30 miles away from where we were camped. And it was like an oasis in the desert. The water was so beautiful, and we rode our machines in the water, fresh water. And we rode all the way around the lake, stayed on the sand. We went as deep as we could go, but we circled that lake, and everybody was out there swimming, and oh, we had a good time. Drinking a lot of cold beer. Yeah, that was a really neat trip. The trip over to Yellowstone was that was a lot of fun. I think we spent 2 days. Got over there, and then I don't remember if we came back to St. Anthony's. I think we came back the next day. Hello, John. If you're in this machine they gave me was a Polaris. It was a 4-seater, not 2-seater. And that noise you could hear we mounted the camera right down by the fair leads on the out on the front there. There's a brush guard, and inside there is a winch, and the winch had a hook, and those two rollers were there, and those rollers were rattling, and the GoPro camera was mounted right down there. And that's the reason you could hear that metallic clanging sound. It drove me crazy. Well, you couldn't hardly hear it when you was riding out there, but the camera picked it up because it was sitting right next to it. Yeah, we had a really good, we took a 40-foot motor coach, one of those Monaco Dynasty 40-foot motor coach. And we pulled a 28-foot trailer behind the 40-foot motor coach, hauled the side-by-sides over there. And then we spent a week of riding all over Yellowstone and St. Anthony's and all these machines that they give us. These were the one they made for me was I believe it's 200 and I don't want to say the wrong number. It was either 225 or 275. It was very responsive and had big old wide paddle tires on it, and you never lacked for traction. We'd be going out there running 75 miles per hour on the dunes, and we'd have those V8 powered sand rails to go by us, and they would pull a wheelie. When they went by me, they would pull a wheelie and put up a 25-foot rooster tail when them LS engines would turn up to full RPM. Oh, was that ever a beautiful sound. You'd run behind them for a little while, but when they go to climb on a hill, you wanted to get away from them because they would put a big rooster tail up. Before I started this live event up, I went over and checked. Our rating was already signed off. Well, there wasn't nobody there. I mean, I saw where it said, I think it had been ended 58 minutes or so many minutes. But time I got my work done here, things we've been putting off doing. Tell you the honest goodness truth, I haven't been really well since I got back from Washington. I've had I was sick out in Washington, so I am just now recovering from that trip. So it's a low day for me today. But we'll be back full of life here and before long. Nothing to complain about. It's just simply I've been kind of feeling low. Did you guys have a good time over there, John? You got, a good turnout. I know you always have a good time. I think when I left, there was some guy doing rooster tails out in the snow on a track, and that really looked good. Man, it's quiet. We need to get some action in here. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but it seems to be cold. Oh, there's Jose Wells. Jose, H-O-S-E. Josie Wells. Long time, buddy. I'm glad. Good to see you tonight. There's a link right up there if you want to hop on here, spend a Friday evening with me. It's Friday evening, Friday the 13th here in America. And this in 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours from now, this Friday the 13th will be over with. Hey, there's my buddy OC. Yeah, I found a whole new love for your part of the country over there after Sick displayed all the pictures of the cakes and all that stuff. I went, oh my gosh, that looks so good. I do have a sweet tooth. Oh, oh, you just.
Just took this one
Oh,
out,
hang on, let me hold the baby. Come here, baby.
and I'll take care of you.
Ah,
Come on, TJ. Here we
time for the dogs to take their night journey. This little fella right here loves Angelique. One slice out of 22. And your wife eat it right in front of you. I bet you she's the kind of lady that don't even put an ounce on. No matter what she eats, no weight issue. In 1967, in September of 1967, while going down to the Rexall drugstore in Parkland, Washington, to put my film in to have the film developed, I'd made a lot of videos and stuff, snapshots. Outside there was a scale. In 1967, in September, I hit 200 pounds, and I went many years above 200 pounds, went out in the field, and when I came home, I went down to 198. Oh my gosh, was I in good shape then? Because you had to do a lot of physical climbing up and down ladders and all that stuff. You had to crawl. When you open up the silo, Minuteman missile silo, you have a thing called the PAH, Personal Access Hatch, and it's 35 feet down to the first level. So you got to go down to PAH every day. You make 20 or 30 trips up and down that PAH. You had handrails to hold on to, but you could slide down on the rails, just lift your feet up and let it fly. 110 pounds for 12 years. Yeah, people's metabolism, some people can lose the weight. And like I say, I hit my 200-pound mark in 67. And then I went up to 258 pounds. And I was 71 years old. And the doctor said, you're like a hog and we got to lighten you up. So he got me down from 258 pounds down to 213. And I felt lousy. Now I'm back up to 230, feeling good. I'm feeling poorly now, but my normal health status is good. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, you ready? This ain't went out yet.
already did him first.
You did him first.
Did him
Okay.
first.
All right, he'll be good to go then. Bye, Angelique.
Bye, little grandpa. Bye, little grandpa.
Oh, well, if you're going to stop back before you go to
I
bed.
might.
All right.
If I
Don't, I'll see you later.
If I fall asleep, I'll probably say my goodnights.
All right. That means the last I've seen of you.
This isn't the last you'll hear of me.
I'll hear you snoring.
You probably would. Or you hear me talk in my sleep.
Yeah, talking in your sleep. Good night or bye-bye. All right. Come on back. I'm so happy my little boy Theo is doing so good. him and I went for a good long walk today out here. My yard, I've got at my place here, I have a driveway that divides my place up. And over to the left, there's 2.5 acres of lawn from here to the north, 597 feet that way is all lawn. So him and I went up, and I got pecan trees up there in the lawn that sporadically growed up there, and I mow all around them. Went up there, and the animals have just basically decimated the pecan crop this year. The hulls are about all that's left. Oh, there's a few up on the tree, but I didn't shake the tree. I'm not holding you, little buddy. You can go at your will. If you want to go, you can go. You don't have to. You're not being held. Yeah, tomorrow we decided we'd do some domestic stuff around the house today, and tomorrow we're going to go. I may even go to the Harley shop tomorrow. It all depends on how I feel in the morning. If I feel like it, I'll go to the Harley shop first thing, and then we got to go grocery shopping. She's got Christmas stuff she wants to buy. I looked ahead on the weather, and it's not going to be severe weather. And I think on the first day of January, it's going to be like 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Rockabilly, of course. There's a musical. There's a genre of music called rockabilly. Rockabilly Q. I don't know about the Q. Rockabilly Q, I guess it is. Rockabilly, yeah, like I say, if you're. Oh, hell yeah, I like anything. You never did get to. I'll have to do that. I'll put my street rod. I built a 650 horsepower street rod. It's a 1968 GMC truck with a pro-built 502 Tom Sally built Pro engine. It's a Pro stock engine built in Milton, Freewater, Oregon, and we put that in with a 4L60. Now, it wasn't just a standard off-the-shelf 4L60. We bought a transmission from the racing corporation called Soda. They do the Baja 500, the Minton Parker races. And I bought one of their transmissions to go behind the 502. And that's not a 454, but it's a real 502 built Pro Street engine. And the engine was called a Dominator. And it had the lowest, I bought the lowest horsepower. The lowest they had was 650 horsepower. And the highest they had on that same block was 1,100 horsepower. But I didn't think 1,100 horsepower would be streetable. And I find out almost everybody drives a 1,100 horsepower rig now. It was just my thinking. It had a fuel cell. We had the Art Morrison in Tacoma, Washington built me a fuel cell. Art Morrison builds chassis, racing chassis. All my framework was all Art Morrison, the fuel cell. Yeah, 1,100 horsepower. These engines were developed by Chevrolet for offshore racing, a marine engine. And they put these big billet crankshafts in them so they can turn the high RPMs, and they have big old valves in them. And my Tom Sally engine had a Crowler camshaft. It made 650 horsepower at 5,200 RPM, 5,200 RPM, but it made 605 foot-pounds of torque at 3,200 RPM. So good low bottom end torque. And when we built it, it had four 33 gears in it, not 426 or not 420, 427. It had four 33 gears in it. They were called, the rear gear set was called Strange. It had a strange rear gear set in it. And you're thinking to yourself, why would you want a big block engine with that low of a rear end? But when I got the truck for my brother, they had put that 433 ratio rear end in it because they had a smaller engine that revved high RPM. And I just left it in it till I got to Alabama. And I went to the race shop here in Birmingham. I ended up getting a set of 373 gears. And that 373 gears, second gear, you could pull the wheels on that little 68 GMC short wheel base. You could lift the front end. Downtown Chicago. See, we got guys here in Florida. They drive these Honda cars that makes 1,600 horsepower. They're called the Boosted Boys. And those four-cylinder engines makes 1,500 horsepower on a four-cylinder engine. Probably if everything works out good this year, I'll probably take in a lot more stuff than I have in the last couple of years. We had a 5 or 6, 7 kind of rough years as far as life and death. But things are getting stabilized now, so we'll probably get to go and do some stuff this coming year, 2025. We hope, anyhow. Little buddy, you want to get on the couch here? Get over here, just run amok over there. You don't want to run amok? Don't you want to run amok? Here you go. Oh, Baggers and Brew. Oh. I rode with a bunch of guys a couple of years ago when I had Old Black Betty. I rode Old Black Betty with a bunch of guys, the Heart of Dixie Club. And they were all baggers. I was riding with these baggers, and we run over to Fayette County to a big bike show over there. And when we got over, we'd run from all the way over here, like from Cullman County, Jefferson County, all the way over to Fayette, Walker County, and got over. And them boys and them baggers, man, they rode hard. And when we all got settled down there, I was the only white guy in the crew. Them boys, the Heart of Dixie guys, it's a real good club. But the guys that ride the baggers, the Heart of Dixie group that rode the bagger and had them big old 26-inch front wheels and all that stuff. I'm 600 miles from St. Louis. Less than 600 miles. Yeah, probably 500 miles would be more than likely. Yeah, because up to the Lake of the Ozarks from here, 400, 500. It's between 500 and 600 miles to St. Louis. Well, Salty, you probably you build a lot of stuff, and you probably get to see a lot of things that you built or stuff that's built just like yours, and as a builder, I'm sure you take in all the different new ideas that people are coming up with. And we had the chopper made. We had it built in Kennewick, Washington, and it was right after Easy Rider, and we had to have one just like it. And there was a kind of like a Captain America bike, straight, a big old long Springer front end on the thing, and it was a rigid frame, 53 pan head. I think that 53 pan head, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was like 72 cubic inches. It wasn't a big engine, but that was the best they had at that period of time. We chose the 53 pan head. Cycle Showcase. It's more than 7 hours ride up to St. Louis. From here to, it takes me 8 hours from here to Morelton, which is above Conway and Arkansas. And if you go a little bit more, you go up into the, through the bottom Lake of the Ozarks, through Missouri. Probably, you can probably do it in 9 hours. I'm thinking, 9 hours would be more a realistic number. Because see, you got to keep in mind, they built a new freeway. We have a new freeway called I-22. And we didn't have that when we was running back in the day. When I was driving over the road, we did not have I-22. Now it's there, and it bypasses every one of these little old towns in Alabama. And you can hop on I-22 in Birmingham and be up in Memphis in no time. It's a good run up there, really fast. Well, when you get to Memphis, you just go hit I-55, and it takes you right to St. Louis. So you only got 2 freeways between here and St. Louis. 38,000 bucks. Woo! Yeah, we went to a few good events with a lot of bikes out on the West Coast. When my brother-in-law was alive, and he rode too, and my brother Robert, we used to ride everywhere. They would just, we'd hear about a show in Montana, especially over in Sturgis. Sturgis is just a nice ride from Seattle. 800 miles of dirt road back in the day when we was riding over there. There was no I-90. There was a US 90, which is all dirt road from Spokane, Washington, over to basically, there's a few places paved, Billings, what's that other place over there? Great Falls. You had some good paved road from Great Falls down to down there where the prison was at. I forget the name of that little town. But from there, it was all dirt all the way down to Sturgis. When you rolled into Sturgis, it was wore out. If you look on the map, we drove from Flagstaff, Arizona, in 24 hours nonstop to Birmingham. We just, tomorrow will be a week ago we came home. I believe it's a week ago we came home. Yeah, we only been back a week. So yeah, we did a 24-hour. We left Friday at 4:30 in the morning in Flagstaff, Arizona, and rolled in here Saturday morning at my house at 4:30. Exactly 24 hours. No sleeping, and we did stop for gas and eat, and that's it. Our freeway system is, they did a lot of great work out on the West Coast out there on the freeway. They're always working on I-90 because you got so many mountain passes. See, when you're up in Seattle, the first pass you come to on I-90 is Snoqualmie. And then once you get across Snoqualmie Pass, it can be treacherous because you have so many earthquakes in that area. The road will drop down 4 feet, and then it takes them a while to get that all built back up again. And you're having landslides and stuff. But once you get past Snoqualmie, when you're heading east on I-90, I believe the next pass is after you leave Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, going up to Wallace. That is Lookout Mountain. I believe that's Lookout. You got to go across the pass up there after you pass Wallace and heading on towards Great Falls. You got to cross that little bitty panhandle of Arizona, of Idaho, and then you're into Montana. I got to tell you, it's because of the age, I think. This trip was probably harder on me than any trip I've ever made before. I've made more than 30 trips across out to the Northwest. And this was probably the hardest. But one thing is, when I was out there, I got really sick, with congestion and coughing and feeling poorly because of all the rain and snow and all that stuff. So I had to come home being sick the first day out on the trip. I was sick, a sickly feeling. I play this little mental game when I'm traveling is I won't look at the signpost. Here in America, every mile is measured off what they call mile markers. I won't look at them. And I prep myself. I'll see it. It'll say 389 miles to Fort Stockton. I'll just say that, Texas. Yeah, 389 miles. You see that sign. And so you drive along, and when you see the big sign come up, the next one is going to say something like 370, 340, and it just wears you out. When you see that sign, you know how many more miles you got to. So when I see it way up there coming towards me, I just kind of glance away and it goes by. And I always like to be surprised when I've driven for quite a while, then I finally see the sign. And I go, oh my God, I did 180 miles. I knocked 180 miles out. And if you start looking at the mile markers, it will wear you out. Yeah, trailer in February. Yeah, I do a lot of trailering too. I got myself a really good trailer, all electric brakes, on all 4 wheels. And it's got a dovetail in the back, and it hauls like a dream. I mean, it just everything rides really good. And you cinch up on them brakes. I got an F-150, and when you cinch up on them brakes, boy, I mean, it'll stop you straight. You don't go swerving around and nothing like that. You don't even know it's back there, even though I think, oh, it's really a heavy trailer. It's got a 6-inch frame on it, and you could haul a car on it. I think it's got a 7,000-pound capacity. Well, it's got two 3,500-pound axles under it, and all electric brakes on all four wheels. I got better brakes on the trailer than I do on the truck. I go down a long grade, I'll cinch up on that trailer and not even worry about the truck. Because you can change out them little old pads if you whittle down them pads, or that's a small price to pay. You just don't ever want that trailer to try to pass you down a long, steep grade. Well, when I left Ray's earlier in the evening, Sick was already snoring, so maybe he's getting some caught up sleep. I'm hoping you guys all had good days. Being it here, it's Friday. Of course, Friday the 13th is for those that are superstitious of nature. For you, OC, it's already over with, and for us, we got a little while to go before the 13th's over. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I did this last night. Oh, let me see here. But I thought about it this morning. Hang on. I had the phone off, so. Did I show you? That was Ruth, my wife right there. I married her 35 years ago. Just a good human being. And we all thought she'd outlive me. And this is growing just outside my door when these bloom every year in December. That's called you can't hardly see it there. That's called Nandino. It's a tropical like plant, green plants with berries on it. That's pitiful. It just don't show up good in the reflected light. my sister sent me a recipe. Pork chops with rice, cheese, and scalloped potatoes. It's like a casserole, has all that in it. It looks good. She knows I like to cook stuff, and she'd always send me a good recipe. That crazy little dog. What did y'all have a big night last night, OC? Oh, I did see where you only had one slice of cake left. Yeah, I think you mentioned that you had one slice left. Out of 22 cakes. We used to ride up in Washington, over in what we call Central Washington. The state of Washington is divided up in three distinct regions. You have Western Washington, where all the population is, and then you have Central Washington, where it's ranching country, thousands and thousands of acres of just ranch, and it's kind of like an arid desert. It's like the High Sierra Desert, and it can get really hot over there in the summer, and it snows real heavy in the winter. We used to ride over to get out of the misery of the rain. We would ride over to Moses Lake, which is in the very middle of the state. And you can't believe how many bikes would show up there at Moses Lake, and every park would be filled full of them, show and shine, everybody displaying their bikes. And I really enjoyed it. I got a little bit of a hangnail right there. There you go. I run this over the old stone today. Woo, I got her sharp. She's pretty sharp. It's a case knife. It's probably one of the cheaper case knives I've ever had, but I've had it 20 years. It's such a nice pocket knife. I've cut wire with it. As a ham radio operator, I was always skinning wire with my knife. But you hit it on the stone a little bit and she'll sharpen right up. I have to keep an eye on my little puppy. He wants to get in his little bed over there. He sleeps with me at night. He knows it's time to go to bed. I mean, he wants to go to bed, but if I put him up on the bed, he won't stay up there. He'll hop down and come back over here. And he's standing by the bed over there looking at me. Little critter. Well, it's just a long, slow night. I thought there would be some people that would be wanting to hop on and spend a little time in the evening before bedtime. I gotta charge my camera up tomorrow. This really for those that run the GoPro 11 or any of that series. This little thing right here. Before I had the media, the GoPro media thing, I had one of these right here, and up here there was another sitting right here where the other microphone is. There was right there. There was another. There was another one of these little thingy bobs there, and see, this has got the media mod on it, so you see where the speaker was at. But it really did a good job of muting the wind down. And now that we're running the media mod, and the microphone's inside the helmet there, boy, does that ever make it nice. You don't have all that wind. But most people know that a GoPro is pretty noisy. But that little that's fuzz. It's laid up there on that rubber and got fuzz on the rubber. My camera is really not that dirty. It looks pretty damn dirty to me. Maybe tomorrow I'll clean it. Oh. Come here, little buddy. You want to come over here? Come on, Skeeter. Here we go. You're just hard to please on a night like this, ain't you? You want me to take your little fur off you? Your little backpack? Are you getting warm? Yeah, I think I'll take your little fur off you. Take this off. Here we go, little buddy. Let your little body breathe a little bit. And we take he's got a little fur coat on. Hang on, little buddy. I got you. He's got a little fur. I'll just skip my little doggy. He wears that little fur coat. It's like a security blanket. And we got we have a security cover for him. It's a specialized formulated jacket that we put on him. And it's to make him feel comfortable during a lightning and thunderstorm. Because he is scared of them lightning and thunderstorms. And when we know one's coming, we put that little coat on him, and he is in good shape. Look at the woolly booger. Look at my driver's license. That's me, the woolly booger. Come on, focus. Focus. It won't focus. Come on. I guess you have to be out here like that. Yeah. You see, I had black in my beard, and that was only 4 years ago. When they took that picture, I got to renew it this year. Hello. Well, wait till you get 84, and then you can judge me. How you doing, my friend? Oh, you can judge me now. It don't matter. We don't care, do we, little buddy? No, we don't care. Oh, you're yawning, little guy. Well, did you have a good day there, Robin? Ooh. So yeah, I'll make you go to sleep, won't I? Let me tilt the camera down a bit. Oh yeah, you said how cold it was yesterday, so I know the day couldn't have been much better. Well, winter's here, so oh, I figured something come up. I thought you might be driving or you had to do whatever. No, I sit and talk. I sit and talk to myself a lot, and so I knew I'd be able to entertain myself till you got back.
It was colder than you could imagine today working outside. We were doing 3-hour shifts.
Why do I want to reach over and pat you on the head now? Why is that?
Because I comb my hair.
Good boy, good boy, good boy. Uh,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, you're all slicked up tonight. What's the special occasion?
No, I haven't combed my hair in days, and I'm wearing one of those military wool caps, like a skull cap, and the wool like it really messes up my hair. When I walk into the Legion and I pull off my hat, everyone looks at me like, were you in a war?
Yeah.
No.
Sometimes I'll wear a hood on my head, and when you take that hood back, every hair on top of my head will stand up. I think it clings to the inside of that hood.
Yeah, static electricity. Wool is the worst for that, though. Oh, flannel. Oh no, not flannel. That like plaid stuff. I don't know what that fabric is called, but that does it really bad as well. Anything plaid.
Yeah. We used to have a term for that kind of material. We call it outing. And it was kind of like a flannel, but it was a better wearing. When you had a shirt made out of outing, it was a better than to me, in my opinion, it was a more comfortable shirt. In fact, in the winter, my mom would put outing sheets instead of nice linen sheets on the bed. She'd put outing. Oh, you slept so warm in them. Nylon polyester.
Yeah, we have a Hutterite made duvet, which is nice. Goose down duvet.
I had the Hooterites to build me a build me a coat over there in Great Fall, over in Lewistown, Montana. They arranged for me to go see the leader of the cult. You had to see him to get permission to get the coat, and so they took all the measurements and made me a coat. So I wear it to work on the very first day, and the guy said, "Name your price. I want that coat." I said, "You couldn't buy this coat." He said, "I can buy that coat." He said, "Name your price." And he reached in and pulled a wad of money out. And when he started, these are $100 bills, I started taking the coat off. And he ended up with my coat.
You should have waited a bit.
I wish I hadn't sold it.
My buddy went up to Northwest Territories to go hunt, caribou hunting.
Yeah.
He never bagged a caribou. And he's sitting there at the airport. Well, there's the airport, like Northwest Territories, like the airport's over there. It's nothing super big where he was. A little tiny airport. But there's a restaurant, like, a quarter of a kilometer. I don't know what that is in miles. Maybe a third of a mile. Probably less than a third of a mile. Across the way. So they're sitting in there waiting for them to like refuel this plane and stuff. And this guy comes in, he's like, I like your shirt. He had like like I can't describe the shirt like it. Like you could only get it where we're from. It could have said Puma, something like a Puma shirt,
Yeah.
or a Adidas, or a Nike shirt, something like that. And this guy's like, how much for that shirt? And he's like, I don't know. My luggage is already getting loaded onto the plane. It's like way over there. Like, what am I supposed to wear? Like, I'm not giving you my shirt. He's like, name your price. What do you want for that shirt? And like I said, my buddy never bagged a caribou. He's like, okay, a half a caribou. This guy left, came back like 15 minutes later with a hockey bag. There's your half a caribou. Give me your shirt. Like my buddy, like literally, like, his shirt came off. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. OC wants to know, why are you all slicked up?
no, I haven't combed my hair in like 3 days.
Finally got around to it.
Got around to it yet. Sorry, working in the cold and doing stuff in the cold. Yeah, and I haven't showered in 3 days.
I noticed that. Look at you. Hey, I worked around iron workers, and when we was over in Montana, they stayed out on the site. We'd go out there and we'd stay 14 straight days on the site. Now, you don't think there was a bunch of iron workers that wasn't pretty mellow at the end of the 14 days? They was all ready to get off the site in 14 days.
Yeah.
That's what we called a cycle. In those days, 14 days, we could complete an entire Minuteman silo in 14 days from the time we arrived on the site until we put the bird in the hole.
Yeah, we did a garage, roofing, siding, and garage door, like the overhead door, in 4 days. Yeah, a crew of 3. And I wasn't there for 2 because I got mudding and taping on another job. Minuteman crew. Oh, we're going to make so much money.
We worked on the Minuteman crew for a number of years, and I had a crew that went with me from. We did all 4 wings, and the crew. You know how it works in the union. You have to have a boomer card to go from one district to another, and all my welders were all boomers. They could go anywhere, anytime. They were all certified boomers. So when we left, we got traveling orders, they would leave. We would go first, and then they would come in. The labor would always come in last.
Is a boomer like a contractor?
A boomer is just a term they use in the union for when you're going outside of your union hall, union district. Like if you leave out of Montana and go to Missouri, you got to have a boomer card, because you can't boom into Missouri unless you have a boomer card, because the trade unions will not allow you to come into their district without the boomer card. But
Yeah.
you pay a lot of money for the boomer card. But that denotes that you have the right to travel.
Yeah. We call them contractors up here.
On every Minuteman silo, we had 7 trade unions. We even had one called the labor union, and their job was to sweep, clean up, and do all the cleaning stuff. And then you had, of course, electrician welders. You had fitters, pipe fitters. You just had every trade. And the International Brotherhood of Electricians, that's the greatest group I've ever worked with. I spent years with them guys.
No, those are really good guys.
They go to work clean in the morning, and they go home clean.
Exactly. Who wants to be a plumber?
Hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa. Now we can pick on you now. You told us how old you were.
Thanks. Damn.
Got the same cough as the wife.
them cigarettes. I gotta sing my song to you. Smoke, smoke, smoke them cigarettes.
I'm about to.
I'll put mine out.
Uh, you've got a lot of you've got a lot of silver up on the top there. I gotta say, because I can't see much kind of. Just because there's snow on the roof doesn't mean there's not a fire in the furnace.
Oh, bugger.
Oh, he totally just burned you. That was a good burn, Mike.
But
Love the burn.
But see, when you get up like our age, Robin, you may have to stroke the furnace a little bit to get the flame going.
Oh my word.
Were you watching my live earlier? Because you're
Oh, I can just imagine. All right, now we got that out of the way. All right, did we wake you up?
Thank God my wife is not mine. Oh, I would cop it left, right, and center. I gotta wait until I have 50 subs or something before I can go live. So the best I can do at the moment is take videos and show dodgy shorts with Christmas carols in the background.
Oh man.
shorts will never get you anywhere. Shorts
Hey?
don't help to the algorithm.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see the little short? Did you see the little short, Robin? Did you see the short I posted of my bike when it wouldn't start? I posted it yesterday.
Yeah, I watched it.
They got 500 or 600 hits last night.
Yeah, I know.
Rub it in.
But it doesn't help the algorithm. It doesn't. That means nothing to YouTube.
I'm egotistical. I like big numbers.
Yeah, I know. I like big
So does
numbers
my
too.
wife.
Who doesn't like it big? The wife has no complaints.
No.
No, she does.
Can I ask a serious question here, though? Hey, if your penis is only like 2 inches big and you get kicked in it, can it get bent?
What was the
Sorry.
question? Try it again.
Okay. If your penis is only 2 inches big and you
Yeah.
get kicked in it as a child, can it get bent?
Oh, hell yeah, you can break it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter how big it is, you can still break it.
Hell yeah. Just because it's a nubbin doesn't mean it can't be broken. Not that I
Cheers.
know anything about
Cheers
that.
to Mac on that answer.
Not that I know anything about that, but I've
Yeah, I
been.
know. My dick's not 2 inches big, though. That was a question that somebody asked me today, and then I was like, oh,
Now look what you've done. Look at there, Robin. Look what you've done. You started in and now you've embarrassed OC. Yeah. I'm telling you, we're gonna have to get the chain. Oh, let me see. Let me find
with
this
both
right
the
here.
chains.
Thank you, Robin, for hanging in here with us. Thank you,
Yeah.
Robin.
No problem.
Come
man.
on, buddy. Put your head right up in here. I got it right here. Slip your head right in here. Come on. I got to take you back to the farm.
Come on. Come on. Am I that dark? Oh,
Oh.
the wife is half Métis, but she doesn't have her cards.
Oh.
Ukrainian and Métis.
No, I think something came up. OC, he had a distraction off to the side. He may be putting out a fire there or doing something.
I wish I could watch the chat right now.
Yeah, here we go. Now, oh, you need to see. Oh, you can't see the.
No, I can't watch the chat on my end.
Oh, OC's got an issue with his phone. I got to buy a different phone in a couple of hours so it connects better.
That really means a problem with his wife.
Have you seen his wife? She is a living doll. She's really so pretty.
I was with my buddy. He lost his wallet the other day, so I took him to town on Wednesday. So he could go like he already canceled his cards over the phone, blah blah blah. Now he has to go get new driver's license, new debit cards. Oh. So
Stream-
after we did all that nonsense and craziness and he got all his stuff clear as day. Like it was so easy, but I was there to help him. I took him for a beer at this bar and he's like, "Do you see the ass on that girl?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." He's like, "Oh my God, I wish I was your age." And I'm thinking to myself, I'm wishing I was like 10 years younger. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she did have a good badunk.
You see there on the screen, StreamYard booted the OC, and so he's going to have to get him a phone that he can stay more reliable. And you think over there in that part of the world where they make phones, that he's going to have to get him another. You think over there they'd have probably the best they are of the best,
You'd think. Yeah. No, it comes down to communism and control. Look at what's happening here in Canada. Trudeau's taking our guns away from us. My cousin, what is it? Is it May? May, my cousin he has to hand over his SKS or hold it illegally. See, now you're getting sent to jail for weapons that you legally bought and now are illegal.
No
Tell you the
grand
truth,
cost.
you should just sell them to somebody because you don't have to keep dog. Okay, you want to make money here in like Canada right now? Buy all the ammunition you can and start selling it back to people, and you can charge whatever you want. Because with all these guns being banned right now, you don't need paperwork to sell ammunition. You don't need that paperwork. You need paperwork for fucking pesticides and fireworks, but you don't need paperwork. I can my card and you sell me ID or sell me ammunition. Like somebody wants to make like some really good money right now in Canada, start buying up all the ammo that we have and start selling it back to Canadians because you don't need paperwork for it. Sorry. Did I say that out loud?
I didn't hear it. I had my fingers in my ears.
Oh, I wish I had the money to do it. I wish I had the money to do it.
OC said he's got an iPhone 16. I believe that's what my sister's got. And she can't do the things on hers that I can do on mine. Mine is an Android. It's one of them S23
Samsung.
Ultra. Yeah, Samsung S23. They want me to get
S23. Oh
S23, but I bought it when the 23s just first came out. And look at it, 5 lenses on the thing. It really makes great videos.
It does good.
We've done good with the camera, but they want me to get them. They want me to take one of the new ones, and I'm going to wait till the 25s are out, which won't be sometime this spring.
At least get 2 years out of your phone. You're good for 2 years. I'm pushing 3 years with what I'm on right now, and I'm starting to have problems now.
You know what happened to my iPhone? I had it laying right here on the desk. I had like a 14, whatever it was, one of the later ones. I had it laying here on the desk, and I turned around, and my elbow caught a rum and Coke, and it spilled on my desk, and I had the port open here on the end, and it ran inside there. And when I picked the phone up, I picked the phone upside down, and all that ran down in there. It killed it. That rum and Coke just killed it.
At least it wasn't an accidental discharge.
Yeah, it was a premature death.
Yeah, don't mess with Coke. Yeah,
see how
never a good thing.
Oh, okay. So maybe he's going to resolve it because he's still under warranty.
Are
He
they gonna
dropped his
give you
phone a couple of days ago, and that usually is a death sentence.
There are places you can go where people have to have the best and newest phone that you can go buy those phones for like $500 and instead of paying like I could go get your phone right now for probably $375 because
paid
people have to have the newest phone and they want us to get rid of it and sell it.
Yeah, I paid 14 for this one, and it's not 2 years old yet.
Ouch. 14. I thought that you guys in your cell phone plans and stuff got like good deals. Apparently not.
And Angelique, hers went out just shortly after mine, and we had to get her one. And she does a lot of photography stuff too, so she likes her phone. But when we're out on the road, she uses mine. Oh, must have a phone call coming in. Oh, I can imagine bootleg stuff, and um, there's probably a big market for that kind of stuff. The bootleg stuff. I tell you, a good phone is really, and this thing right here really works good.
I gotta go, Mac.
All
Sorry,
right,
my wife just got home.
Be nice and gentle and kind and loving and tell her old Mac loves her.
He said I could stay on.
Oh,
I don't know. We'll see. Here,
if
I'm
she
gonna
starts,
mute this for a minute.
if she starts undressing, just go. Don't even stick around.
You know how cold it is here? She's definitely undressing.
You might get lucky tonight. Oh, I can imagine the bootlegging stuff. It's got to be probably a big market anywhere you go. I don't know. Our laws here, they're just not a lot. But you, oh, all right. Here we go. Something's coming down. Let me boost him up here so we can. Oh, he put his. If anything happens, OC will see it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He might be in trouble now. Come up for air, boy. Oh, hey. Oh, look at there. Hey, little woman.
He said,
Go
"Hi."
see, go take care of business right now while it's on her mind. While you've got that little, while she's got that glint in the eye, go take care of it and get that iPad, get that new phone. Don't hesitate. And in the South, we have a saying: "Strike while the iron is hot."
No, we need to talk. He needs to talk. She needs somebody to talk to right now.
You better go do some talking, boy.
Yeah, no, she needs somebody to talk.
You know, sometimes talking can turn into loving.
100%.
Absolutely. And listen to this. Let's just say y'all have a little bit of a falling out. Early morning makeup is so good.
No, we never have a falling out. This is the
No,
best relationship I've ever been in my life. We talk to each other like human beings. I just don't want to involve our conversation sometimes with
yeah,
the rest of the world.
we will keep it on the down low.
Yeah, no, but we're gonna go talk and actually have a fucking good conversation. This is why I love
All
her.
right, can I? I'm an older guy, so before you leave now, let me give you a suggestion. You walk up to her with your wallet in your hand and hand it over to her. Sometimes that will just make the conversation go so much smoother. Or if you don't want to do that, look right here, buddy. Do this right here. Just take this, pull this out and say, this is the only time 3 inches will satisfy a woman when you hand her this. She's going to be so satisfied. All right.
Sometimes it's just a good meal.
You can't beat that.
Okay. Well, I'm out of here, but thanks, Mark. Have a good night and have a good Saturday, okay? I got to work tomorrow in some frigid cold nonsense.
Well, bless your heart. I'm glad it's you and not me. I hate to be negative
Tough as
about it.
nails. Tough as nails. Just don't try and pull me out of a piece of lumber right now.
Oh man. No, I understand.
I
Go
love
take
you
care
so
of this.
much, Mark. I love your stories and everything. You got some great stuff going on, man. Keep doing what you're doing and don't change anything.
That's hard. That's a big order, buddy. Well, let me see, what time is it? It's a little after 11. Well, so we'll keep this thing running for a little while. Doggone it. Well, I hope to get OC's phone fixed because we just had a thing going pretty good, and then all of a sudden, phew, he was gone. I have bought so many iPads in my lifetime. I bought my wife a new iPad, and I bought her one of these new phones. I bought her a new one, and within a week, one just like this one come up missing. And after she became deceased, about a year later, we found her phone. It was stuck down by side in the couch, right alongside the arm, down in there. We looked under the cushion, but we didn't pull the cushions all the way out, and it was down there. Her iPad come up missing. She was in the stages of dementia, and she would use her iPad to sketch stuff on. She liked to draw. And that thing come up missing and never did show back up. I think she probably left it somewhere in a shopping cart, or maybe left it in the front seat of the truck and somebody reached in and took it. I don't know. But Angelique's got like 3 of them in there. I bought her a 17-inch nice one. It's got all solid state drives in it. And it's really fast. It's not as fast as my computer. I've got one of these gamers that's got water cooled. The CPU is water cooled or liquid cooled. It's not water. It's some kind of a ethylene. It's got a little pump and everything. Circulates. Got 5, 6 fans in it. 6-inch diameter big fans. 6 of them. Plus, there's a fan on the cooler. On the water cooler, it has to circulate the air. I think it's a 16 core, if that means anything to anybody. Yeah, 16 core, whatever that means. The salesman was quite pleased and let me know it was a 16 core. And I can tell you what the name of the chip is. Where can I see the name of the chip? It's over there in the front. Let me see, how can I get over there? I don't see it. What is that chip called? Oh, I bet it's down here. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. No, that's not it either. Because it used to have all that gaming stuff. I took all that crap out of it. Oh, let me see what it says on the side. Maybe it's got anyhow. It don't matter. It don't matter. Well, I can put the link back up just in case. Just in case. Uh-oh. There we go. We got it now. There's the link back up. Yeah, Dureska. He didn't want her to change her mind. Come on, world, wake up. Let's get in here. Let's get something going. Well, maybe I'll put another movie on over here. Yeah, let me go get another movie. We got time. Let me go get a machine gun movie or something. Y'all just hang on. We're going to get a machine gun movie. Yeah, here we go. We're going to get this old machine gun movie right here.
Birthday party, Angelique. I've run off,
Come here.
run off,
Come here.
and left.
We gotta talk about this. You keep bragging about that. What day was it?
What day?
Yeah.
It was on Angelique's birthday party by a guy.
You don't even remember last year.
Yeah, that's right. God, I'm starting to get dementia.
How fast was you going?
120 outrun that damn Harley Davidson
And
shit.
who caught up with you at Lakon Mountain?
Yeah, you was just slipping, that's all.
Yeah, I weigh 1,600 pounds. How much does that crate paper weigh? 200 pounds?
About 1,000 pounds.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It probably wasn't
Yeah.
1,000 with him on
About
it.
200 pounds of lard ass.
Hey.
Ah,
Start talking about lard, you be talking about this, man.
yeah, that's right.
Hey, I got a buddy I want to introduce you to.
All right.
Let me see if I can find my buddy. This is your old buddy too. Come here, buddy. You remember when I was up in Washington?
That's right.
I got a pound. I didn't get it. My sister got me a pound of Pakistani, and Angelique, she likes that old pumpkin spice. Have you ever had a joint of pumpkin spice?
No, we don't smoke that kind here in Alabama.
I know.
We don't smoke that weak shit.
Yeah, you're gonna be woke after this. I don't know if we can wake you up after this.
Yeah.
Let's see
We
if
know
we,
how you woke, sorry.
let's see if we can get this lit. Oh yeah.
Don't light your damn beard.
I can't even get the damn thing lit. It's so wet.
You got a toke on it, damn it.
Turn me up. Give me some fire, man.
Set your damn beard on fire.
You ain't got no flame there. There we go. Come on. It ain't light. You ain't.
Say, look at there. Look at there. Must be some of that Harley Davidson shit. There you go. Toke it up. Yeah.
Hey, man, this is Theo.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what Theo is? Yesterday, Theo ate my bag of that good stuff. Kush, man.
Oh, man. Hate the bag.
I took his little turds and laid them in the window. And I dried them in the sun.
Mm.
Take a toke on Theo. God damn, man. You're a lightweight. Shit.
Ah, damn. Oh, shoot.
This is it's got seeds.
Set your
This is-
damn beard on fire.
You had the seeds
Damn,
are
set
popping
it
out. I
on
got your
fire.
t-shirt on fire.
Damn, man.
Man, this is like that good shit we used to get.
Yeah.
We used to call it a dime bag. Yeah, boy, that almost got. Hey, take one more hit on that. Hey, you got to save some, man. Let me wring that sucker out, man. Whew. I didn't realize you were going to put the thing all the way back to your tonsils. Oh, good God. I hear.
Damn, we need something to wash that nasty taste and
What
woke
you,
shit
what,
down
what you
with.
got? What you got?
Oh, this.
Real man. What is that shit?
Damn wrong.
What? I can't see what you're drinking there. Oh, God damn, man.
Ah. Ah.
Let me have a take the goddamn lid off from there.
Ah, damn, you can't do shit.
Turn that son of a bitch around so I can get a hold of it. God damn. I'll tell you, that boy.
Ah.
How do you drink this stuff? Just straight?
Turn it up and drink it. Ah.
I can do maybe a little bit of what about this?
Ah.
You drink that rum shit.
Hurry up. Ah. Damn, you can't cut it.
That rum shit. That's that old sweet Jamaican shit.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
good
like-
for you right
The
here.
only thing I like in Jamaican is hey, come on, man. You got to ride home. Hey. I'll tell you, I knew when he came over there was going to be trouble.
Damn.
Give me that shit. Here. Take a hit on this. That'll take the edge off this cheap ass rum. This damn Bacardi, what did you get it about $4 a gallon?
All right, it's
Here.
about $50.
Take that shit and put it away. Let me go get you a man.
Ah,
Let me go get you a man's drink.
get one more drink. Hell, I'm thirsty. I've been on the damn road all morning.
Let me get you a man's drink. Oh, got my finger in the. Oh no! Okay,
Damn.
put that
You
shit
must
away.
be
man.
already damn drunk.
Put that shit away.
Ah. Ah.
This pumpkin spice ain't. Hey, come on over here.
Ah.
Let me introduce you to my friend. Look at you slobbering, man. You're slobbering. on.
Hell, don't you worry
Yeah.
about it.
You want to save this joint?
Ah, save it.
I'll save this joint. I'll stick it right in here.
Well,
Let
you
me-
got some shit. You got some of that. Oh,
Look here.
got some of that stuff in it.
We're going to go international. This is for my buddy Dave over there in Australia. He knows
that
about
damn
stuff like that.
Outback.
Yeah. Look at you. You're a goddamn bush guy.
Yeah, what you know about it?
I know everything about it. You're talking about a guy that knows shit.
Oh, it all.
Look at
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Mm.
How about our buddy Vic down there?
Oh, yeah,
down
old Vic.
yonder? Old Vic. He
Yeah,
didn't he used to say I knowed everything?
yeah, know it all.
Knowed everything.
Know it all.
Oh, know it all. You know something?
Hmm.
Most of them people that hated me on 3965, here's to them. They've already. Are you going to be able to handle this?
My,
Hey, look, I ain't going to waste this. If you can't handle it, this is 12-year-old stuff.
Damn, you drank it all. Can't cut it.
That's some of the best scotch that's ever been made. Don't drink that shit. Hey, God damn.
Damn.
You know, that one guy you could always count
What
on.
the hell, you damn drunk?
I'm
He's
trying to-
spilling alcohol every damn
I'm
where.
trying to illustrate a point.
Damn.
That's my buddy, man.
Yeah.
That's the one guy right there you love, man. What's the fuck? Oh, look at that right there. God damn. Don't go for that.
Shit.
Get back over here. I'm a man of peace, man.
Ah.
I'm always looking for a piece. No, I didn't say that, now did I?
A piece.
Yeah,
I knew that's how you are out
I'm
there.
always
for
looking
Seattle.
for
Uh-huh.
I'm always
That's
looking
how
for
they are.
I'm always
Mhm.
looking for a piece for his
Yeah.
Honda.
Watch
His
them.
Honda.
Yeah, that damn
Yeah.
Harley.
You
Look
can
at
find
it. The damn oil's leaking everywhere.
Hell, ain't no oil, man.
Shit.
Where the shit at?
Look at that. Oh.
That is how we keep the chain lubed up on it.
Mhm. Yeah, tell somebody else that line.
Lucky, buddy. Hey, Lucky. I told your woman, you know you're married to a German.
Mm.
What's she gonna do when you come
Hell,
walking
I'm
in?
from Wales, so what the hell?
She gonna throw your ass in a well. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Your brain is deep, man, like a
Deep.
well.
Mm.
Let's have one more little
Yeah.
sip, and then I'm gonna send you on your way because
All right.
I don't want you to get hurt, buddy. You got a long ride, so
That's
here,
right.
I'm gonna give you you get the last draw on that right there, and save me a damn drink. I like a man that knows. Come on now. Hey. I like a man that can hold his liquor, you know. Here, lift the bottom. I can't lift it, buddy. I'm old. No, lift the bottom of my bottle.
Oh,
up for me.
hell.
Help me. Little higher.
What the hell's wrong with you? You drunk? Damn, now you sipping.
I've lost, man.
I got a wad of money saying you can't drink no more. Look at
Hey,
that.
talking about money. Look here. Look here.
Look.
I got $200 that says my Harley can beat your Honda in a drag race, and I'm ready to
By
do it
God,
now.
I got
Let's
title
take
match
it out.
at $2,000. By God, here we go.
That's a $50. I see some ones in there.
By God, some
Oh, they
hundreds.
got a few zeros in it.
Yeah, I got a couple of grand, maybe three. Three says I'll smoke it.
Hey, let my buddy up there in Virginia, Old Motor Bomb, Virginia, let him see how much tattoo money you got saved up. That's all for you, Dean. We're bringing him up there, and you're gonna be able to put a picture of his Honda on his arm next to it, and it said, "I love you." Put that shit away, man. All right, I'm gonna get one more little drink, and then you gotta leave. Come on, buddy. Hold it together.
Mm. Damn, think I'm seeing double.
Put your lid on that small bitch right there. You get that thing up on the county road, and I ain't gonna reach in your pockets. You have to find them yourself. You're gonna go like that?
That's
You
right.
can't even get on your bike, man.
Yeah, getting on, heading out.
Oh, yeah, that's hard. You know, when you're 84 years old, you're gonna be all right, buddy.
Yeah.
I hope he makes it across the bridge. Hey, I love you, man. Come on, man, at least say it. You love me. Look at that. I'll see you up on the county road. I'm glad you got this going. You got to open out of my yard. I don't think you can make it up to the county road. We're going to talk about do a little drag racing. You got to come along with me. You can make it out of the yard. I can You'll make it all right. Man, I'm glad he's gone. You know, I ain't going to go up there and race. It's too dangerous. Oh, man. All right. Back to the rat killing. Uh-oh. We just, I just played that for some friends of mine. Hey, Thomas Bailey, I hope you ain't left already, but I saw some numbers pop up there, but that just made so many people mad. You just can't believe how many people got mad. A lady up in Connecticut wrote me an angry letter and said, "You should never have let that boy leave your yard in that condition." Been old Joe's buddies for a long time, and we do a lot of stuff together, but we always get there back without killing one another. Yeah, I just put that little video up there. We had a few people in here. OC had to check out, and Robin, he had to check out. And it was just something silly to do. We have taken some good rides together. One time we was up in this town. I got a video of it too. He was in front of me, and we were talking back and forth, I think, over the communication system or whatever it was. I told him, I said, "No, we're going the wrong way. Now we're going 2 lanes to the west and 2 lanes to the east, like on a 4-lane, but there was no divider. There was no medium. It was just the lanes are really close together." While we were cruising along there, he made a left-hand turn in front of this oncoming traffic.
the light had changed. And oh man, woo, that made some people nervous. But at least he wasn't tied up in traffic. Yeah, we rode down, I don't remember where the heck it was going, but we crossed a big river, and oh, we had so much fun. He's going to come over. He's going to come over one day and get on a live broadcast with me. He hasn't been on one with me yet. And we always have fun. We do a lot of stuff together. Do a lot of shooting. He does a lot of pew pew pew. Yeah, we've fired a lot of nice weapons here. He used to come over here and we'd put our picnic tables together over there and line everything up, and we'd shoot everything we had in the house just to burn up ammo. See, we do a lot of reloading, and if I buy military brass, I will shoot off all that old ugly stuff, and put new improved powder and non-corrosive primers and stuff, and I got a buddy, he's dead now, but he used to come over here, and he was an avid shooter, and he would drive 100 miles over to come and see me. And he loaded all of it, and he made his own bullets. He made the bullets. He had a mold that he poured the lead and made 45 caliber, 40 cal, and 38 cal. He always had a crate load of them things. And I had a gun out there that was like a machine gun that fired 9mm. And he brought a case. I don't know how many thousands of rounds it was in that damn thing, but we smoked that case of. He wanted me to burn his powder up because he wanted to put the new bullets that he had made. Well, at 84, I'm getting around pretty gimpy now because I have neuropathy, and I broke both of my bones in my leg. Yeah, I broke both the bones in my leg, and I don't know if it'll even show up, but you might be able to. Oh, no, you can't even see it. Oh, there. See, that's on this side. There's a metal plate right here, and there's one on the other side. It broke both of the bones here. And what they say about you don't heal up as good when you're up in your age, I was already, when I broke it, I was like 82. And when I got to the hospital, I broke it on a Friday. When I got to the hospital, I didn't go to the hospital till Sunday. I got a Mustang GT, and I drove it up there. It was hard to get in that Mustang, I got to say that, but I couldn't crawl up in the truck. The truck's an F-150. It sets up, and I chose to take the Mustang. And when I got up to the hospital, I went to the emergency room, and so I walk in, and I'm telling the lady, I think I sprained my ankle because my leg was black way up to my knee. And she said, well, I have the doctor look at it. And the guy come out, and then next thing I know, I'm laying up there in the surgery. They had to put titanium plates, and they used many bolts and screws. Well, when I came home, my wife was running 104-degree fever. She was so sick, at the verge of being almost semi-unconscious. So I called the hospital, and I told them, because if I called an ambulance, it would be 30 minutes before they could get to me. And my Mustang, I could get her over there in 15 minutes.
So I went out there and I leaned the seat far back as I could, and we carried her out to the car, and I lifted her up and put her into the seat of the car. And it was only a week after my surgery. And what happened is the bolts and the stainless steel plates came through, and they come through my skin. There's holes right here. Well, you can't see. I ain't gonna move the camera back around, but there's holes over there. There's some holes in there where the bolts came through, but it poked them bolts and out through the skin on both sides. And then I had to go to the hospital after I got her over there. I got her to the hospital, and they couldn't even get her out of the car. And I reached in. I showed this big old gorilla. There's a big gorilla guy there, orderly or whatever they call him. I run my hands under it, and I put my arm in the back of her neck, and I lifted her up and put her in a wheelchair that they provided. And it bent my plates over, so it made my foot a little. I had to go through a lot of therapy to get my leg to working good. I'm not whining about nothing, but I'm just telling you, I would be more sprightly if I didn't have the stove up leg. I don't have the flexibility in my leg that I should. I'm limited. See, I cannot torque it. I can't look here. See, I can't turn it left. Oh, hell, that ain't good. I can't tip it left and right. There's a little bit of motion there. Anyhow. Oh, is that where they go in and shoot between the two bones? The stuff to help so the bones ain't rubbing together? Oh, this leg, the right leg, had been broken many years earlier, and it was all healed up and everything. But I'm not brittle bones. I don't have brittle bones, but it was just a bad break. But anyhow, oh, I hope you get well. I know my mother had that. She was 80. I can't remember what no, I'm sorry. She was in her 70s, and she had it done where they put the injection in her legs, and then they went back and did the knee replacement. But I intend to take what I've got with me when I leave here. I just don't. I hope I never have to have a knee replacement or a hip. Oh, that don't even sound good. Yeah, it's inevitable. If you're already having that issue, a knee. Yeah, the insurance companies, they got their rules and regulations. Yeah, when you get older, I used to have Blue Cross Blue Shield, full 100% coverage on that from my company that I retired from. But when I turned 65 years of age, they stopped the company sponsored Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I had to then take out my own insurance. We were just raised tough. We were coal mining kids. We never knew anything about softness or tenderness. We were never allowed to cry. It was that we were never allowed to enjoy. When I was 40 years old, I wrote a life story, 400-page story of my life when I turned 40. No, my apologies. I did it when I turned 50. I wrote the story when I turned 50. And we talked about it in one of the chapters about how we was never allowed to cry. It was not tolerated. I had full coverage. I could go to any doctor, anywhere, anytime, and that was part of my retirement package. But the federal government, the company, petitioned the federal government to get out from under the mandate of required insurance, and they did. So when I turned 65, all it came to an end. Yeah, in the old days, everybody would just live to. I was born in 1940, and times were just different back in them days. You wasn't allowed to bellyache or whine about nothing. And when you went to the table, you eat whatever your mama fixed. You didn't, she never come to you and say, you know, what would you kids like to have today? Nope. Never was in our language. So I tried that with my children. When my kids come up, I was cooking with onions, and I didn't know that some people don't like onions. I did not know until my kids were born, because I had a lot of different mothers, you know, and they didn't like onions either. And I found out some of my kids didn't eat onions. So then we had to start modifying our cooking to please some of them. And I'd remind them, in our days, we didn't have that choice. You either eat it or you went without. And not being mean to us, that was the code of life. If I went to my next door neighbors, they were the same way. You just did what they told you to do. Yeah, everything was old school with us. And when we started out biking, my first time to ride a Harley, now I had a motorcycle, a service cycle. That was an Army version of the service cycle. And it had a belt drive on it, and it had a single cylinder engine. And my uncle ended up with that. And then in 1956, when I turned 16 years old, my next door neighbor had a new Harley. He just got out of the Army, and he took his separation pay and bought himself a Harley. And I would ride on the back of that Harley with him all over the Mojave Desert. So one time he said, "Are you ready to learn how to ride yourself, you know, drive the bike?" I go, "Oh, yes." And then my first bike to ever ride, a real powerful bike, was the Harley. And the first bike I ever crashed was a Harley. And I crashed quite a few after that. I wrecked with my wife in San Antonio, Texas, going 70 miles per hour on the freeway. And the wind was blowing at a strong angle across the road there in San Antonio. When I exited off on San Pedro Boulevard, the overpass blocked the wind, and there had been some oil spilt there, and it was like 95 degrees hot. And I spun, I went out of control, and we went down to about 70 miles per hour. She was 7 months pregnant. And my little boy, he's a grown big man, 54 years old now, with a family. And we all survived it. You know, having compassion, I would not want you to think that my parents wasn't compassionate to me as far as being sick or hurt or anything like that. They just raised you not to be dependent, and not, you know, they wanted you to be independent, but not dependent on other people's helping hands. Oh, my daddy could not stand charity. He'd rather die as to take any form of charity. He was not into it. That's where they was raised. These are all his family came from Scotland and Wales, and all the European people, when they came over from and colonized the fourth colony, they came over as miners, and they came into this country as an indentured slave. My family did. sold themselves into bondage. And they came from the Carolinas and got down to Alabama and they started mining coal. That's what my daddy did. And that's what his daddy did. And all of his brothers did it. And that's what I was destined to do all my life, is work in the coal mines. But it didn't work out that way. I had an opportunity to go to school. I went to a military academy. And I got on with a big corporation out on the West Coast, out in Washington, and made my career at an aviation company and had a good time. Yeah, hand up is different than a handout. That's true. Yeah. But that's just, we wasn't different than anybody. That's just the way it was in those days. They just didn't, that's just from the old European, there was really, those people are really live sad lives before they come to America, hard labor. And then when they got to America, that's all they ever knew was hard labor. So they continued on for many generations. But I broke the trend. My daddy said I was too lazy to work. That's the reason I went the direction I did. Yeah, here's my retirement hat right here. Yeah. This is the one they gave me for my retirement. I can't see it in this blurred light. But that's my retirement hat. Let me tell you about the black lung. My daddy had it. All of his brothers, they all died really early. I mean, the ones that stayed in the coal field, they died really early. His brother died at the age of 33, all coughed their lungs up. And then we had an uncle. And he was educated and he learned all about the black lung and he went through all the steps necessary for a lawsuit. And they gave him a cash out settlement, paid him up. And he went over in Birmingham to Wood Brothers Chevrolet and bought him a new Chevrolet Impala V8 of all the options on it. So when he bought it, nobody was required, no insurance and nothing like that. He paid cash for it. When he stopped out about 15 miles from Birmingham, he stopped at his brother's place that owned a bar and he had a few drinks. And when he left his brother's house, coming over to show my daddy that new Chevrolet, he missed a curb and totaled the Chevrolet out. They sold it for parts. So his black lung money, it was gone. Yeah, I was a military contractor. I worked with the Minuteman missile team, put 22 years in aerospace. In fact, I show this off quite often. This picture right here was taken in 1980. That's me right there. I was a Union steward. Those are all my service pins. All those represent so many years, each one of them so many years of service. And yeah, that picture was taken in 1980. And how we got the badge, because you have to process out and you have to turn all this stuff in. It was in my briefcase, and they sealed my briefcase up and put it on a truck and shipped it. And so when years later, opened the briefcase up, and there I be. That's engineering right here. If you look right here, A6600, that's engineering. Aerospace engineering. a good life. Yeah, you know, that's the way life was back in the days. Easy come, easy go. Well, they worked hard and they died early with the black lung. It was a real thing. It wasn't a made up thing. It was a real thing people had. I worked at Lockheed too. Here's the deal. When you're a military contractor, you work for everybody. Martin Marietta, Lockheed Shipbuilding. See, we built, our company, Aerospace, built 200-foot long ships called PHM. We made many. They're all down in not Orlando, but they're down there at Pensacola, Florida. They fly on the water. They're on 15-foot stilts, and they're jet boats, 200-foot long. They can fly 55 miles per hour on the water, many thousands of tons. They're a big 200-foot ship, heavily armed, and they could fire missiles and stuff. They call it PHM, Pursuit Hydrofoil Missile, PHM. Pursuit Hydrofoil Missile, that was the craft. They were known as, I think it was known as the Pegasus class. So you had to work for a lot of contractors. You know, when the company will send you out, here's what happened. The government says, I need 250 people on a project. We need for you to go to Dobbins Air Force Base, send your team down to Dobbins at Marietta, Georgia. That's at Lockheed. That was Lockheed. It was not Lockheed Marietta. It was Lockheed was an independent company of its own. Then I think they went with Lockheed Martin. Yeah, Lockheed Martin. But they wasn't Lockheed Martin at those days. And see, I worked out there. I actually, when I had to go for orientation at Lockheed, I had to go to Lancaster, California. Even though I was already gainfully employed, I had to go and get my security clearance there at Lancaster, California, right there at Edwards Air Force Base. We were stationed out there at Muroc. We've got the most advanced Navy in the world. I did 2 deployments on the Nimitz. In my videos, if you go to OMAC, you know, on YouTube, go at OMAC, there's at least 5 or 6 videos of me on the CVN-68 aircraft carrier Nimitz. I did 2 sea voyages on it. We developed a new gun, and this gun was 7 barrels. Our company did, a company called Raytheon, and the Boeing Aircraft Company developed this 7-barrel gun, 30 millimeter. That's what this is, a 30 millimeter. You can see the size of the shell. Now, the bullets that was in it were called sabot rounds. They had long, about this much longer. They were skinny, and they had a tip up here called sabot, and it was depleted uranium. And so we had to go out and do sea trials. And when we was out there, I think it was between San Diego and Hawaii, the Marines flew some of these A6 intruders, and they drug these banners behind the A6 intruder, and we fired this Phalanx type system 7-barrel Gatling gun. It was in a great big round cubicle thing on the side of the Nimitz, and the Navy referred to it as RTD2. And they said when RTD2 would get fully erect, the barrel would come up out of there, the sleeve would go up, the barrel would come up, and it laser lock onto whatever the target was, and there was no escaping it. It was a defense system for the aircraft carrier. 30 millimeter. Raytheon is an electronic company that a lot of people hire. Boeing bought controlling interest in Raytheon. And because we needed them so much, we're in aerospace, so we do a lot of moon stuff, a lot of satellites and things of that nature. I was telling the boys last night, we did a thing called Sky of Fire. Sky of Fire. And we launched out a canister of iron oxide over not Nova Scotia, but over Newfoundland, Labrador. It started depositing up at Labrador, and it exited out over by Vancouver, British Columbia, and it dumped this iron oxide as it came out of orbit. And then we shot energy into it from Provo, Utah. We had this great big phased array. We had like 40 or more of these huge dishes, and we put a tremendous amount of power into it, and we lit it up and created an aurora borealis. We created an artificial aurora borealis, and we lit it up. And of course, as the iron oxide pellet, was coming back into space, it was an ionized gas that was working. As it burned away, it created an ionized gas, very much like plasma. If you been around a welding shop, you have a process called plasma cutting, and you're cutting off plasma. We created plasma. We made our own northern lights. That's right. And then while we had it lit up, we communicated all the way to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Was able to transmit to Saudi Arabia. Was able to transmit over into Guam. We transmitted to Diego Garcia. We had receiving stations. Jaws of Life plasma cutters. Yeah, plasma. We created plasma in the sky. And it's an ion field, if you will. There's a lot of technical names you could add to it, but I'm not a scientist. I'm just a guy that was on the project. And it made good sense to us. And then they built, of course, as you know, we built this big station in Alaska called HAARP, 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 Raytheon. And the idea of that was we could create, without the iron oxide pellets, we could create a hole and put the temperature at over 10,000 degrees up very, very high, like 30, 40 miles up. We could heat this big place up with just RF. And when we heated this up, it burned away the oxygen, and then through their little witchcraft stuff that they did, they could create this ion field, and you could then transmit into this ion field. But they made a little bit of miscalculation. They shifted the jet stream because it burned the oxygen away, and it pulled one end of the jet stream up, and instead of it coming down by St. Louis, it dipped down below St. Louis and made an arc. And you saw in 2011, on April the 27th, 2011, we had over 300 tornadoes. And this is all attributed to the movement of the jet stream. And it's been disbanded now, but it was a beautiful idea, scientifically speaking, but unfortunately, it's like genetic modified foods. They had miscalculated. With genetic modified foods, we started growing corn that was resistant to everything. And we grew potatoes with the DNA of halibut in the potatoes. The corporation McDonald's planted over 800,000 acres of potatoes genetically modified potatoes, and you eat them for years. But here's what happened. And down in Central America, the only seeds they could get for their wheat and stuff was genetically modified wheat. They don't grow the wheat like they grow masa. It's a corn that all the Latin American countries use a lot of masa instead of cornmeal. And what had happened is when the masa came up and tasseled, the spores that was in the pollen killed all the indigenous grasses. And it caused such a catastrophe took place in all throughout Central America. Cattle couldn't graze all your open fields. It just killed it. So the scientific people had to go back and take another look at that one. There's still a lot of genetic modified foods, but they had to kind of reel it in a little bit and kind of reanalyze it and realize you just don't mess with Mother Nature. Hell yeah, we're good at it. I mean, for the time we took a stick and bashed another man in the head with it back during the caveman days, we ain't quit. We just perfected the method. We learned to set up traps and how to lure them into the trap, and then you could knock them in the head with a stick. And then we learned we could stick a spike in the stick and you could punch her in the head with the spike, and you didn't have to beat them as hard. Oh, we're creative. We learned stuff. So I believe you said you was 53 years of age, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I might have misread that. I don't want to stop the creative nature of man, because a lot of good has came out of war. Necessity is the mother of invention. 72. I was 32 years old when you was born. I gave my first birthday party when I was 33, an adult birthday party. Oh, you were born in 71. Well, in 73, I gave myself a 33rd birthday. I'd got a position with the company, and all the upper level management people in that new position came out to my 33rd birthday. It was quite a blowout, 2 days long. Oh, sick in 71. That's where the 71 part comes in. I got a son that's 54. He was born in 1970. My son was born in Franklin County, Pasco, Washington, at a Catholic hospital. And he's 54. He turned 54 on September the 13th. It's been a really good experiment with my life. The 84 years that I've got the chance to be a part of the experiment. Saw things that you would never imagine. We could never. When you was born, a little boy in a coal mining camp in Cardiff, Alabama, and raised up over in Blossburg, Alabama, in Jefferson County, never imagined a thing called a transistor. You could never imagined the things it was to be, the things that was to come. Who could ever imagine man could walk on the moon? Well, I was married 5 times, and I'll do this, and then I'll turn my phone off. I was married 5 times, and when I turned 50 years of age, I married that woman right there.
when I turned 50. I married her on my birthday. I married her in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And we were together for 33 years. Good woman. She was wife number 5. Oh, thank you, Thomas. When we was kids in 1948, there was a comic strip character that went on for many, many years. His name was Dick Tracy. And Dick Tracy in 1948 talked to the chief on his watch. And Dick Tracy could project an image of the chief on his watch. He could see the chief, talk to him, and see him on his watch in 1948. Look at it today. Everybody's got one of them. Hear my dog snoring over there. Dick Tracy was so ahead of their times, and all the characters. His very best friend his name was B.O. Plenty. That was a buddy of his. B.O. Plenty saw stuff. He would be prowling around the alleys, doing things, and he would see stuff, and he'd report to Dick Tracy. B.O. Plenty had a beard, old scrubby beard. He always had flies around him, because he was always in and out of garbage cans looking for clues and stuff. And he married a woman named Sparkle Plenty. See, I don't mean anything to you, but that's the characters. And all the characters that was in Dick Tracy had these really far out names, it was so cool. Yeah, we had the flip phone, and long before that, Star Trek had one to go, beam me up, Scotty. More power, Scotty. I can't give you no more power, Jim. I need dilithium crystals. The flux inverter is overpowered. For those people that come to my page, they probably realize that I repeat a lot of stuff over and over, because new people pop in and they want to hear the old story, and I would tell them. So I do repeat some of the stories, but it's not like an affliction that I don't have any better sense and just keep repeating the same story. People just like to hear that. They would like to hear about some of the stuff that was going on in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and 90s and the 2000s and whatever, Warren Beatty, you're absolutely right. Madonna, yes. Yeah, they've done a good job of it too. The character, he always had that, his nose was really particularly shaped, pointed, kind of come to a point there. And they've done a good job. That whole movie came off pretty doggone good, considering that when we was young, it was a real thing to read every Sunday, the funny papers with Dick Tracy. And we had Beetle Bailey, Beetle Bailey. We was all military people back in the day. Every soldier that ever been in the military, he had opened up the comic papers and read the misfortunes of Beetle Bailey. He was just an old trooper out there, and he got through the Army, and it went on for years. Yeah, a prostate nose. That was for the show.
Yeah, Scotty never did have enough of power. He always needed more dilithium crystals. Now you can buy a gummy with dilithium crystals in the gummy, you know, that gives you that outer space feeling. Well, here it is Friday night. Looks like the party is holding. I don't know. It shows there's 4 people, but I don't see but just me and you. But anybody should never feel intimidated about coming in on old Mac's page because we always got the welcome mat out for everybody. Oh, we were just, you know, I came home last Saturday. Um, yeah, we went out and we bought raspberry and blueberry and green apple and oh, they got every kind of name they are. But we only got the THC one. When you go in, you got these big stores that just fill full of everything, and you know, if you got pain in your legs, you can get stuff for the pain. If you've got upset stomach, you can get stuff for that. You know, like us have cancer and stuff. They can't hold down food, and they can go buy the gummies, and then they can eat. Yeah, they got stuff with THC in it for the inflammation, for swollen feet, and also they got it where you for just getting high. I mean, you can buy a jug this big around filled full of Ready Road Afghani Kush, Pakistani Kush, you know, the real deal. You know, you smoke one of them and you just go float away with the smoke. I don't smoke cigarettes, so it's a little bit of an alien thing. I just prefer the gummies. They got soft drinks and I bought candy bars. We had these like Butterfingers, and you just take one. I bite it in 2 pieces, buy it first half and chocolate coated. And time you got finished that second part, things were pretty mellowed out. I'm not advocating any of that stuff for anybody, but it never did make me feel sick, or it never did make me feel. It made me feel good, but none of the. I didn't wake up next day. Oh my God, what did I do that for? Oh no! I thought, by golly, I'm gonna try me another one after a while. So, yeah, I don't smoke, so drawing smoke into your lungs. I have smoked, you know, some grass, but I just feel more natural with the gummies. They got stuff. You can get a little tube about that long, and you pull the cap off of it, and you open your mouth, and you put it under your tongue, and let it dissolve in your mouth. Woo! That old commercial about soap, Calgon, take me away. Well, that's you only use that just to get high. You didn't have to be sick or ill or nothing like that. These are real genuine state operated stores. Well, Thomas, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I hate to say goodbye, but I got to get up early in the morning. We got to go. I'm thinking about going to the Harley shop. I got to make my mind up tonight if I'm going to go to the Harley shop in the morning. And because I'd like to get my oil changed, I'm going to go for a ride somewhere probably around the 1st or maybe Christmas Day on my Harley. And I'm overdue for an oil change. I put 6,000 miles on it this year in 2024. um, I don't do, I can't do very many chemicals from the doctor. As far I did try when my wife died, I went through a sort of a traumatic withdrawal thing. And I talked to the doctor about it, and they gave me some psycho stuff, to calm you down, or you don't, you kind of get over it. And I just couldn't take it. I told them, I said, no, I can't take that. And then they tried another something. I don't know what they were, but I tried another one, and I couldn't take that one either because I am a person full of energy, and I cannot imagine sleeping during the daytime. And what was happening, I would go over and I would go to bed, but tomorrow around 2 o'clock, I would go, oh man, I'd be so drowsy, too lethargic. And that ain't my disposition. Mine is constantly elevated. Yeah, I still got it loaded on the trailer, and while I got it loaded, I think I might have tried Valium. That's a little watermelon shaped no, it wasn't Valium. My apology. It was called Xanax. I couldn't do the Xanax. My body wasn't built for it. Well, God bless you, Thomas. Yeah, Xanax, Xanax. That's it. We'll bump in. Hey, you go see me. I'm all over the place. So be sure if you see old Mac on the air, stop in and say hello. I'd enjoy talking to you. So with that, we'll say good night, everybody out there listening tonight. It says there's 4 of you there's 4 of you out there. Yeah. I guess you could actually go and see who the 4 are. Hey, I don't know. She's in the hospital. Pamela's in the hospital. Connie, I'm signing off here. I'm not doing it just because you showed up, but I want to get up early in the morning, 7:30, and it's 12:22 here, and so I'll be up at 7:30. It's a 44-mile drive over to the Harley shop, and I want to get my bike all strapped down before I take off to the Harley shop. And because I don't leave my bike strapped down, because it's just, you're pulling down on the suspension, and I like my bike to be free. But when I go to travel, I always cinch down the bike so it stays where it don't move around. And I'm glad that everything is going good for you, Connie. Yeah, her feet are swollen up big. Well, you take care of her, and we'll say God bless you, Connie. And you'll see us on here tomorrow. We'll be back. I was on today for 3 hours. Up there, we had 27 people on. We had 27 people in here talking. And then I was on tonight on Ray Gregory's channel. And then I came over after everybody shut down. And I've been here for 2 hours and 51 minutes. So gonna go get in bed. My little baby's already in bed. I love you, Connie, and have a good evening. God bless you, you and your family.